guys, and welcome back to Mama T's Craft Closet. Yeah. I am Mama T, and it is a beautifully sunny day out there today. Thank God. Ugh, I can't take too many days that's gloomy and cloudy. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that watched my last video um, with the wire wrapped tree of life and the cabochon. Today we are going to be doing some chippy choppy, kind of stone-ish with polymer clay, translucent clay, and some alcohol inks. So the colors we're going to be using, the color palette is espresso. Focus on it and not me. La, 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 la. Espresso, which is a brown. Sunset orange. All these inks are by Tim Holtz. It's the Ranger line. This one is called Patina. And then Snowcap. And then just plain translucent. So I'm going to do a little block, mix the white in with it, do a little block, mix the Patina, Sunset Orange, Espresso, and then we're going to chop it all up. Chippy choppy. Remember, I got that from Deb, chippy choppy. Maybe we'll make some lagadoos. And then we'll, then we use some, what's this stuff called again? Foil sheet, what's it called? Gold leaf. Whew, whoa, aging is not good. Use some gold leaf. And yeah, put that on there and then crumple it up, squish it into a little logadoo, and then do some slicing and baking and blah, 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 and all kinds of stuff. So let's go. All right, guys, here we go. So hopefully the lighting's okay. I'm going to go with it. It's a beautiful day outside. It's sunny. You know, the artificial lighting sometimes is artificial. And I like to be pretty genuine, so we're just going to go with the light the way it is. So I take off all my jewelry just because it's so much easier to work with clay when I'm don't have all my jewelry on. So this is Sculpey Primo translucent. All right, let me get my more rigid blade. Okay, so we're gonna do equal parts. So that, I guess I'll just keep my plain translucent. So that's probably a good thing. So there's that one. And then we need espresso. We need the patina. See, so we have espresso, patina, sunset orange, and then the white. Okay, so this one's a little thick, so I'm going to scooch this one down just a wee bit. There we go. All right, so we have, this is going to just stay regular translucent. So I'm just going to, actually, you know what, I'm going to use this one. Only because when I was running it through my pasta machine, I got a little bit of other clay on there. It's okay. I mean, it's not going to hurt it. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So we're going to color these ones. So this will stay the plain translucent. This will become white. This will become sunset orange. This will become espresso. This will become patina. And then I'm going to get a pair of gloves because I don't feel like getting my fingers all covered in alcohol ink. Okay, so I got my gloves on. It's funny, I see a lot of clay artists out there that use gloves all the time. I think it's because they don't want to get the fingerprints all over the clay, but I don't know. To me, it's like, meh. So while we're rolling this out, I have a really cool story to tell you guys. And those of you that are not clay artists may not get the full-blown excitement of this, but so I have the pasta roller, or pasta, I guess it's called a machine, but I mean, I don't know, to me machines are mechanical, but I guess they're not really in reality. But anyways, I digress. So the pasta roller that I have is an Atlas 150, and that is like the Cadillac of pasta rollers. It's a really good, it's Italian, it's a really good engineered pasta roller. You know, people, it's like the one to have if you can get it. I mean, actually, the Lucy Clay one would be the one to have, but that's way out of my price range. So unless I get super popular on this YouTube thing, you know, it won't be one that I'll be buying anytime soon. But the cool part is that someone had found one of those because I didn't have one originally. I had one. It's called the Imperia, which is a good one. You know, it's still pretty expensive, like $50, and that was the one that I had. The blades, that's how it works. Is you have the two rollers here, and you can change the sizing between these rollers, right? And that's what gives you the thickness of your pasta, or in this case, your clay. So you have thickness of your clay, and underneath those rollers are blades that scrape the clay off of the rollers. So if any of it gets stuck or anything, it cleans it off. Well, those blades are typically made out of plastic, a really like hard formed plastic. And in the one I had, the Imperial one, it was pretty decent, you know, plastic blades, but they still get worn out, you know, they just kind of get yucky or whatever. So someone had found an Atlas 150 for me. I didn't realize it when they found it that that's what it was, to be quite honest. And I never used it. I kind of just put it away in a cabinet. And then I had put on a Facebook, or actually on the Nextdoor app, I had put, you know, crafter here, looking for an Atlas 150 if you're no longer, you know, using it for pasta. If you want to gift it to a, you know, local artist, you know, message me. So this is the espresso alcohol ink. I'm going to start off with 4 drops, I guess. 4. I'm just going to mush those around. And then we're going to put that aside and let it dry. So I put it on there, and somebody actually responded. They were like, yeah, I have one. You can have it. I'm like, woohoo! So they got it to me. I put it on my desk, installed it, I guess you could say. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the sunset orange. And we're gonna. And these are all going to get blended, so don't worry about how neat it is. It doesn't have to be neat. So yeah, so I put it and I started using it. I was like, oh, this is so great. It is much nicer than the one I had because the sizing, you get a lot more options as far as the thickness of the clay. So this is the patina. So the other day I was noticing that there was some clay like getting, you know, stuck and everything. And so that just essentially means you need to take it apart and clean the blades. So I took it apart. Of course, I had to watch a YouTube video on how to take it apart because it was a little tricky. I was like, oh, okay. So I took it apart and I look inside and the blades in it are metal, but then they have a plastic like cap on the edge of the blade, and it was cracking. So it was essentially no good. I was like, really? So this is the Mixative snow cap, so you have to really, really shake this. So I was pretty bummed because it's cracking. That means that those blades in there are no good. So I was like, oh man, I was really, really bumming. So I was like, you know what? Let me grab my old one and see if I could put the blades in that one. So I go into my cabinet and I grab the other one that I had. That was the other Atlas one that I had that I didn't realize I had. And I open that one up and it has metal blades. Mind blown. Mind blown. So the one that I had been using that had the cracked like caps, a lot more than 4, was a 2009. The one that I had opened up that I found out had the all metal blades in it, was a 2003. So obviously, somewhere between 2003 and 2009, Atlas changed the blades in their pasta machines from the plastic tipped, or excuse me, from the metal to the plastic tipped ones. So I took the metal, the all metal out of the 2009, excuse me, 2003. It's very confusing. Anyways, the cool part is I have the newer pasta machine with the metal blades, which came from the older pasta machine, and I am a happy camper. That's all that matters to that story. Because the metal blades will last forever. There are people that actually will send out to this company or order the Atlas 150, and it's called a modified pasta machine. And this person, I don't know who they're amazing, and they make them all cool colors, and they put the metal blades into it. Well, mine has metal blades now, so win-win. All right, so here's where things can get messy. So that's fairly dry. This is where I'm going to run it through my pasta machine and keep running it until the colors are all blended. I'm just going to do all of that off camera. Obviously, I'm not going to, stand here and let you listen to me just crank a pasta machine for, 15, 20 minutes. I'll be back. So as you can see, that one is nicely blended now. I am going to just turn it into a little lugadoo because we are going to be just chopping it up doing the old chippy choppy style that Deb had introduced me to. I'm just going to form it into a little log. Now I will say, if you are doing this kind of technique with the alcohol ink, clean or wipe down your rollers in your pasta machine in between each, because sometimes you'll get, because those scraper blades are going to scrape clay or anything off of the wheels. So you might end up with, there we go. You might end up with some of that on the next color that you do. So I always recommend to kind of just take a paper towel, spray it with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and just kind of put it into the pasta machine, just hold it and roll it and roll it and roll it and roll it. So then that will help clean off the blades and the rollers. So this is with the patina. I'm going to add a little more only because I want more color than that. So the alternative to using a whole pair of gloves every time is these little finger condoms. Little finger condoms. So I'm just going to use one of those and add some more of the patina. That should be enough. I think the orange is going to be good. The white will be good. The brown was good. I just want this a little more, this color. So, all right. I'm going to let that one dry. And so I'll go do the orange now. All right, and there's the orange. I love it. The sunset orange looks really good. So, oops, didn't follow my own rule there before about cleaning up the blade. That's right. All right, so I'm gonna make sure we get air bubbles out of there best we can. So, all right, now we're gonna do the white. I'll be right back. All right, and now we're gonna go back to this one. See if we can get it a little more rich of a green turquoisey kind of color, or teal, I guess. That's the trouble with teal and turquoise. Right back. Okay, here we are with that one. That's much more, a little more rich. So I appreciate so much the people that have subscribed so far. I know I've said it 100 times, but it really means a lot. And I also appreciate the interaction that I'm getting from people. I appreciate the comments. On my last wire wrapping one, a subscriber had commented that they wished I had not fast forwarded through so much of the wire wrapping. And I really appreciated that. And that's a really hard thing with doing YouTube, is that, is there too long? Are there videos that are too long? If I'm doing a video that's 30 minutes long, am I going to lose people? Are people going to be disinterested and be like, peace out, I'm out of here? You know what I mean? Which would really stink. So I just am trying to be mindful of that. I think I'm still going to just use this. No, I'm not. So I just try to be real mindful of that, because I don't want people to, like hit the stop button and be like, oh, she talks too much. Which I'm going to talk a lot anyways. Just who I am. But, so yeah. So next time I will try to show more of that. Maybe I'll actually, because I still have all the video footage, obviously. Maybe I'll just do a special kind of little video that shows, that part of it, the wire wrapping itself. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go run this through the pasta machine and then we'll start chopping her up. Okay, and here is the regular. So this is the translucent with the white. Definitely a difference there. You can see it better on camera than you can actually in person, which usually is the opposite. But all right, so we're gonna put this together and then combine this to a little log, put that aside. Okay, so like I said, the next part is going to be chopping everything up. All right, so as you can see, these are roughly about the same size. Looks like we may have a little bit more orange. I don't know, but that's fine. So this is this one. This is the espresso. This is the sunset orange. This is the white, and this is just the plain translucent. So those are those. All right. So I'll show you how I chop one of them, and then I'm just going to go off camera and chop the rest of them up. So I usually just do it in a few sections like that, and then just, there you go. You just break them up. Now I've noticed a couple different techniques where people are chopping it up, and most of the time, previously what I used to see on other people's videos or Instagram, reels and stuff, is they would leave it like this. Other ones I've been seeing, they're actually rolling it up, and I think I'm going to try that because it almost looks like pebbles, which is a really cool look, I think. So you're really just kind of rounding out the edges. So yeah, so we're going to do that with all of these. All right, so that, whoops, that is it. So we're going to kind of lay these out. Now, if you don't like getting messy, you can always do this part in a plastic bag. You can put all the clay into a plastic bag, put the paint into the bag with the clay, and shut it in almost like a shake and bake. So you can do shake and bake if you want. If you don't really care about getting messy, you can do it the way I'm going to do it here. Ow! Ooh, that hurt. You just want to shake the paint up really good. And this is just plain old white. Snow White is the name of this one. Acrylic paint. So I'm just going to try to get it on the clay. Like that. And you just want to try to coat pretty much every piece. What I said about getting messy. If you don't like to get messy, you can always do this in a bag. And yes, I did not turn my mic back on. Sorry. So we're back to mic. All right. So I just put the foil leaf on there. I was debating about not doing half gold, half whatever. All right. So now we're going to get messy again. This is that liquid Sculpey, clear liquid Sculpey. So it's just liquid clay. So we put this on. And this is what helps get the block back together. I am going to put it in the freezer for some time because that just helps. Because the clay gets pretty malleable when you're working with it, so it gets warm and it gets pretty bendy. So sometimes if you throw it in the freezer, that helps with cutting it because it's a little harder so it doesn't smush as much when you're cutting it. That's a pretty uniform logadoo, I'd say. That one's for you. All right, go clean up my hands, clean up my surface, put this in the freezer, and I'll be back. All right, so, ooh, sorry for that loud noise. Had that in the freezer. All right, so we're gonna cut our first piece. And I want my more flexible blade. It's nice and clean. Okay, y'all ready for this? Am I using the wrong edge here? Nope. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, what a cool color combination that is. That's probably one of my most favorite parts with doing clay like this is cutting the log. Oops, sorry. Look at how pretty that is. Okay. So the only stinky thing about this end, you usually don't use the end because it doesn't, it's got this kind of weirdness on it, but that's all right. Okay. I'm kind of cut them fairly thick because the technique I'm going to be doing. Show you guys. I'm going to need a little more meat to it. And I don't know if you guys remember last time I did this, I turn it every time because it does get squished a little bit even with freezing it. Look at the colors in that, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is going to be so cool to see when it's done because remember, this is all with translucent clay. I think that's all I'm going to cut for now. So, and then you kind of lay them next to each other. Some are thicker than others, and that is okay. Actually, I am going to use this one, but I'm going to try to cut this end off. There we go. And this will get rolled out, so not a big deal. All right, and I'm going to cut one more. Okay. No. Okay. So now I'm going to roll this out to get the parts to come together there. So we want them to be fused. I do want to stretch it out a little bit, and I am going to run it through the pasta machine to get it to the right thickness. I don't know why my glass is sliding so much, kind of annoying. Okay. You know what it reminds me of? Any of you guys ever watched the show Phineas and Ferb? The colors remind me of Perry the Platypus. These are going to be called Perry. That's what I'm going to name this earring. Perry. Because it looks like Perry the Platypus. Oh my gosh. Perry. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Feeling. That's cool. Oh, okay. I'll show that after. All right. So I'm going to go run this through the pasta machine. All right. So I ran that through my pasta. These need to overlap them a little bit better, guys. I didn't do that very well here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to overlap it a little right now. There. I'm going to burnish it. I think we'll be okay just doing that. All right. So what I wanted to do with these is I have these that I actually originally bought for resin. They're just little blank, just shapes. They're earrings, obviously. But I've got these kind of a shorter triangle, diamond shape. These ones, these moon ones, I really want to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like halfway. The only problem is with these moon ones, all of these lay flat. So I'm going to do halfway, which that will work. Problem with the moon ones is the way that the part where you put the earring on is not flat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good press on it, but we'll see. So what I am going to do though is start with the circle ones. And because I don't want, I'm going to go a little bit higher because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a more organic kind of, and why am I doing this sideways? I don't know. Because I like to make things difficult for myself. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And now I'm stuck at this angle. Okay. Go with it. Just go with it. Because what I'm going to do is I am going to roll this until it is even. Or just kind of rub over it like that. And then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. I thought I had out here from the last, oh I do, right here. I need to turn this, guys, because this is not even. Okay. And I'm going to have a more kind of organic and same with this one. Like that. I'll clean those up some more when I take them off. All right. I'm going to try the moon. I really think the moon's going to look really cool, but I'm a little worried that it's not going to work because I'm not going to be able to get that flat, but we'll see. Okay. And what I'm doing, I'm not essentially trying to cut through the clay with that. I'm going to cut around those with my X-Acto knife after. So I'm not trying to cut through that. Although it looks like it may be doing that. Which is also okay. There we go. Essentially what I want to do is go like this. Ooh, wow, that's a little off. Yeah, I see that okay as my hand right in the way. Sorry. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up. Get off. Peace out. And what will happen, this will stick in there once I bake it and resin it. These will definitely get resin on the top. But the really beautiful part that you guys can't see, sorry, I wish I had a light, is that they are transparent. Oh gosh. So the light that is showing through on those right now is pretty epic. So yeah. So, and actually, no, I'm just going to put them there for now. Grab this one. Ooh. I'm going to grab a tile so that I can put those on so I don't have to keep taking them on and off. Okay, so I got a tile because every time I'm pulling these off, I'm going to risk pulling the clay right out of the center there. So I want to make sure that that is well in there. I don't keep pulling it out. And I'm going to bake these just like this right in the oven. So let's get the moon. And the moon worked out good. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to, but it did. Oh, but now it does not want to come off this blade. I'm going to use another blade. Take it off. Like I said, I don't want to ruin. And I'm like, why can't I see? Because I took my glasses off. What I will do as well is when I get these baked, I will sand the backs and clean them up. Takes all that clay there. I don't want that on there. But I also don't want to mess up the front. So I'm just kind of rubbing it off. Okay. Put that to the side. All right. So I'm going to cut this. Actually, no, I'm going to peel it. Get that. And remember, save all your scraps because that can become something else. I'll show you. We'll do a little marble kind of technique with the scraps. Okay. So let's try this one here. I'm just going to lay them all out and then do the rolling and the cutting. Probably good for that one. Oh, my glasses. Still can't see. Where the heck are they? Where are my glasses? Hold on. All right, so there are all those, you guys. Look at those. Those are pretty. I'm pretty excited about these to see how they look when they're done. Hey guys, we're back. All right, so these are all baked. And the fear that I had, see that, that's the fear that I had. So that's why, whoops, that's why I will be resining them. So that way that holds in there. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to probably sand these edges. Actually, I'm going to clean off this one right now with my X-Acto knife. Where's my X-Acto knife? So there's quite a bit. See that there? I'll see if I can get that off before I do resin on it. Should be just, yeah, that's what I was hoping. That's probably what I'm just going to do on all of it. Beautiful. That'll be actually wunderbar. They're cool stone look. The green, like, it's interesting actually. If you look, so remember how I told you the colors change, right? So this was the green before it was baked, and that's the green now. So, and there's Ari. The espresso stayed pretty true to what I thought it would be. The white translucent came out pretty cool. The regular translucent came out like it's like an amber. It's kind of neat. I'm very pleased with how they came out. So I'm gonna get them a little closer together here. The nice thing about working on a mat like this is it's pretty tacky, so stuff doesn't move around when it's on there. All right, get one of my little thingamabobbers, one of my silicone brushes. This is another tool that I use quite often when I'm doing. Here. Let's do. That one may be good. Let's try this one. All right. And the resin I'm going to be using is this UV resin that I've used with you guys before. So, and all I'm doing is putting it on the stone part. All right, guys, so here they are. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so let me show you really quick what I do to the back. And then the next time you'll see them as loaded onto my page for sale. All right, so I'm just gonna get a cotton bud or a Q-tip right there. There it is. Put it in. You'll see it go matte. And see, it just kind of literally erases those little lumps and bumps. Pretty cool, huh? Sometimes I'll use an actual cloth because that does seem to work better. Let's see. What happened to all my cloth? Sometimes even a paper towel works better. You can just cover more area. See? So this versus that. See the difference? It makes it kind of a matte. But I'm pretty excited about those. I think they came out really, really cool. And like I said too, I'm going to go through and clean the edges up. And I may go over it with my Dremel, but I think I'm going to be able to get it just by doing this. Like that. Yeah. I think that's enough. Cool. Ta-da. So, and I'll just be using a regular, we would call it like a fish hook kind of. I'll show you guys real quick because I don't think I'm going to need to put any other jump ring on it. Should be good. Yeah, so this is the cool part. So I won't even have to put any other jump ring. This will be just like that. So normally I would use a pair of pliers. I think I can get it. There we go. It's my finger. Pretty thick. Oh, yes, I should be using pliers, but I'm not. There we go. Why am I not using pair of pliers? Because I like to be difficult. Here we go. Ta-da. There they are. Hey guys. All right, so they are done. So here is the square ones. Ta-da. Now the cool part about these, and hopefully you're not gonna be able to see it. I need light behind. Hold on. So one of the cool things about a translucent clay, see? Of course, that's certainly not doing it justice at all. It's a really bright light. Not doing it justice. But that is them. They are done. I am really, really happy with the colors. There we go. Lighting's a little bit better. Love the colors, and they're all so different. And this is actually what's left over. So I twisted it into, this is like a marble. So I'm going to cut this next. Actually, let's cut it right now. Just want to see what it looks like. Where is my tissue blades? Oh. And I think let me just slice my finger open. I think I've mentioned this before. That's one of my favorite things about doing clay is that it's constantly, well, I'm really close, constantly changing. Like this is what is scrap from what I did earlier. So look at that. It's a whole nother pattern. a whole nother design. And then this, so this is the original cane, right? That's what we used to make the slab to cut those. And then what I did is I took this and I wanted to slice it this way. Oh, yes. There you go. Whole nother slab. Whole new style of earring. So that is the coolest part about the clay. As you can tell, it is nighttime now. I'd actually gone to a game night tonight with some of my friends, my lady friends. It was so much fun. It was a great time. Just being silly. Lots of laughs, lots of silliness. But again, wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. Really, the support and the commenting and all of that has been greatly, greatly appreciated. And, like, subscribe, share the video, tell your friends. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.